Yep. What's going on, guys? It's Rehab, and today I want to provide you guys with an honest, genuine buyer's review of the Xbox One Elite controller. You know, Christmas season's here, and I'm sure there's plenty of people looking into possibly getting an Elite controller from Santa Claus. So I figured I would provide you with my personal experience with this controller so far. So I bought this controller about 2 months ago. Put over 160 hours into it. I made a video unboxing the controller and showed everything that you get in the package, so be sure to check that out if you're wondering what it comes with. I'll put a link up on the screen right here. But personally, I love this controller so far. It's perfect for what I've been using it for, which is Call of Duty World War II. As you can see, I only use the A and B paddles. A is jumping, B is crouch and prone, so I use it to jump shot and drop shot. If you play Call of Duty, you'll know what that is. I removed the X and Y paddles, which would normally be down here, because I kept accidentally hitting them while I played. I feel like as I'm fighting, when I get into gunfights, I tense up my grip, just kind of subconsciously, and I was causing like unwanted clicks where I would reload or I'd switch weapon by hitting the X and Y mid gunfight. So I had to take them out. The buttons are ridiculously easy to push, and I guess just the way they are, the way they're placed, it was causing issues for me. I'm used to my SCUF controller where the paddles are like here and then here. So I guess just the way I hold the controller, I hit the X and Y buttons on accident. Obviously that's, you know, it could just be the way I personally hold the controller. For you, it might not be the case. I know like there were pro Halo players that use the Elite controller where, you know, obviously they use X and Y to switch weapon and to thrust. So, I mean, I don't know if that would be an issue for everyone, but that was just an issue for me. Let me show you the way it looks with these in. They're magnetized, so they go literally right in. Easy. Very, very like butter. Trying to get it on camera. Yeah. They just sit like this. So, I mean, the way I hold it, it's just very easy for me to just hit the buttons. I don't know why, but it's just the way that I hold the controller. I would hit the inside buttons on accident, just kind of gripping up on the controller. So it was causing me issues, but you know, I took them out, so it's all up to you. The sticks seem very durable, as you can see. There's no visible wear and tear yet. They still feel brand new. I haven't had the controller for very long, about 2 months, so I mean it's pretty expected. They shouldn't have any wear, but you know, it's good to see that it doesn't look like anything's happening to them. These buttons are also still very distinct click. I can't say that about my SCUF. If you've ever had one of them, you know, eventually they lose that distinct click, and what happens is you kind of like can't tell if you're hitting the button or not. So luckily these feel like they're very distinct clicks, and it doesn't seem like anything's going to happen to that. So that's definitely really good to feel and to see. I definitely really enjoy the grips on the sides of the controllers. They're very comfortable and they feel much better than the standard controller, which are just, you know, the black plastic, no type of grip. But if you intend to primarily use this controller for games other than the first-person shooters, where you know you'd be using the face buttons, and so you don't want to take your hands off your thumbstick, you want to be able to use like ABXY without having to take your thumb off the thumbstick. That's what this is really good for, with the paddles on the back. But if you're going to use it for sports games or something that's not really that important, I don't think the $150 price tag is really worth the look and the feel of the controller. I mean, I love the grips, but like I know people who don't use the paddles, but they have the controller, and because they just like the way it feels. But personally, I don't think $150 warrants purchase of this controller. I think the price of it is for the paddles, using it for first-person shooters or something along those lines. I don't think, like, if you play sports games or something, I don't really think it's worth it, in my opinion. The standard Xbox One S controllers have a grippy texture that's similar to the PS4 controller I'd compare it to. And those controllers are only $50, so I think that's a way better option if you aren't really interested in using the paddles at all. A couple known issues with these controllers. On the internet, like forums, I've seen that the bumpers fall out. I haven't seen any type of wear that indicates that the bumpers are going to fall out or anything, but I'm kind of looking for it. If anything happens, I'll be sure to update it in the Sticky comment, let you guys know if anything goes wrong with the controller. And also, very recently, I heard people were having issues with the grip bubbling up and coming off, which obviously is terrible. I know you can, with the Scuff Elite, you could buy the Scuff grips and put them on here, but I mean, that's something I would have to deal with in the future. I'll look into if I have that issue, but obviously you don't want to hear like, oh, you can buy something else to fix your broken controller. Like, obviously the grip that shouldn't happen to you. So I guess that just depends on how it turns out. But I think I covered everything. If I missed anything, or if you have any questions, be sure to leave them down in the comments. I'll be sure to answer all your questions. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Catch you on the flip side!